Did you know that the way you feed your cat every day might be making them bored, stressed, and even causing health problems, even if you offer the best food in the world? Most pet owners don't realize it, but that bowl full of tasty food, seemingly harmless, might be taking away something essential from your cat's life: the instinct to hunt. But don't worry, you don't need to release a mouse in your house. There's a simple, fun technique that can completely transform the way your cat eats and truly improve their well-being. The name is curious: no bowl feeding technique. And now I'm going to show you how it works, why it's so important, and how to easily apply it in practice, even indoors. What is no bowl feeding? Have you heard of no bowl feeding? The name might sound strange, but the idea is very simple and makes perfect sense when we understand cat behavior. It literally means feeding your cat without putting the food in bowls or dishes. That's right. It's a technique that proposes replacing the traditional bowl with more creative and instinctive ways of offering food. The central idea is to make the cat work to get the food, just like they would in nature. After all, cats are natural hunters. In the wild, they don't have a bowl waiting with food. They spend hours observing, stalking, and capturing their prey. At home, this hunting routine simply disappears when all the cat needs to do is walk to the bowl and eat. And here's the problem: all this comfort can be detrimental to the animal's physical and mental well-being. The no bowl feeding technique comes in to bring this natural behavior back into the cat's routine in a safe, fun, and stimulating way. It's a way to turn mealtime into a healthy challenge that activates instincts, combats boredom, and leaves your cat much more satisfied and balanced. Benefits. The benefits of the no bowl feeding technique go far beyond a simple change in the way food is offered. Let's start with the most obvious: mental stimulation. When a cat needs to use its paws, nose, solve small challenges, or sniff to find food, it is exercising its brain. This is essential, especially for indoor cats that often lack natural opportunities to hunt or explore. No bowl feeding transforms the act of eating into an enriching activity, similar to what they would do in nature, and this drastically reduces boredom. And boredom is one of the main causes of behavioral problems in domestic cats. Many of the unwanted behaviors that owners face, such as excessive meowing, destruction of objects, scratching in inappropriate places, nighttime agitation, and even aggression, can be linked to a lack of adequate stimuli. When the cat has a goal, like finding food or solving an interactive toy, it expends physical and mental energy productively, and this results in much more balanced behavior. Another important benefit is weight control. Most cats lead very sedentary lives, and if we add to this the easy and unlimited access to food in the bowl, the result is weight gain, which over time can evolve into obesity and other health problems, such as diabetes, joint diseases, and heart conditions. No bowl feeding helps combat this in two ways. First, because the cat moves more to get the food, and second, because it starts to eat more slowly. When the cat has to work to get each piece of food, it doesn't gulp everything down at once, which improves digestion and reduces episodes of vomiting caused by rapid eating. Additionally, this practice strengthens the bond between owner and cat. Many owners report that interactive feeding moments also become moments of bonding, play, and more attentive observation of the animal's behavior. You start to notice how they think, how they explore, how they react to each new stimulus, and this deepens the connection between you. In summary, no bowl feeding is not just about changing the way you give food. It's a true mindset shift. It's recognizing that your cat has instincts, needs, and intelligence that deserve to be respected and stimulated every day. And all this with a simple adjustment in the feeding routine. How to do it at home. You don't need expensive toys or sophisticated products to start implementing the technique at home. The main idea is to turn feeding into a small adventure, using what you already have available. A very simple way to start is to scatter small portions of food on the floor in clean and safe places. It can be on a cushion, inside a box, or even on the steps of a staircase. The important thing is to create different access points, making the cat have to search. Another excellent resource is homemade toys. With an empty toilet paper roll, for example, you can make a basic dispenser. Just fold the ends and make some holes through which the food will come out. You can also use cardboard boxes with holes, rolled up cloths with grains of food hidden inside, or plastic containers with perforated lids. But if you want to invest a little, there are great interactive toys on the market. Balls that release food as the cat pushes them, mazes where they need to use their paw to reach the food, and even boards that work like puzzles. You can even combine several of these ideas into a feeding circuit, creating a rich and fun experience. The most important thing here is to keep the feeding challenging and varied. After all, in nature, no 2 hunting days are the same. How to implement. Now that you know how to set up the physical challenges, the question is, how do you get the cat to actually accept this new way of eating? The key lies in gradual and respectful adaptation. If your cat has always been used to the bowl, changing this suddenly can cause confusion and even frustration. So, start slowly. In the first few days, offer part of the food, as usual, in the bowl, and another part in the new toys or challenges. Let them have a choice. Gradually decrease the amount served in the bowl and increase the portion offered interactively. Use foods and treats they love, or a more attractive food, to spark interest. It's also important to observe the level of difficulty. If the challenge is too difficult right from the start, the cat may lose interest. Start with simple toys that release food easily, and only then increase the complexity. Each cat has its own pace, so pay attention to their reactions. A very anxious cat may benefit from toys that release food more quickly, while a more curious cat may enjoy more elaborate puzzles. Also, create a routine. Feed at the same times and make it a positive moment. Avoid introducing feeding during times of agitation or noise, as the cat needs to feel safe to explore. With consistency, patience, and a bit of creativity, you'll notice they become more and more interested. And over time, they'll even ask for this hunting moment at home. The change is gradual, but the benefits are long-lasting. What if the cat doesn't want to play with the food? You might be wondering what to do if your cat, for some reason, doesn't want to play with the food. This is more common than it seems, especially if the cat is very used to always eating the same way, from the same bowl, without any effort. The important thing here is to remember that all learning takes time. If your cat ignores the toys at first, don't get discouraged. Start with very easy challenges, like placing the food in a low box or scattering some kibble on the floor in different places, where they just need to move a bit to reach it. Also, use treats they love, mixed with the food, to increase interest. Another tip is to make the transition gradually. Instead of taking the bowl away all at once, offer part of the meal in the traditional way and the other part interactively. Over time, they'll associate these new challenges with something positive, and that's when the magic starts to happen. Be patient, celebrate each small achievement, and remember, the goal is not for them to solve everything on the first day, but to explore, think, move, and have fun in the process. Over time, they'll become a true hunter, and you'll notice how much more active, relaxed, and happy they become. Final tips. Before we wrap up, it's worth remembering a few important points to ensure the experience with no bowl feeding is positive for both you and your cat. First, respect their pace. Every cat is unique. Some will quickly understand the game, while others may take longer to adapt. And that's okay. The goal here is not to force, but to offer a new way to stimulate your pet with love and patience. If your cat is elderly, has any physical limitations or health issues, it's essential to talk to the vet before making significant changes to their feeding routine. Sometimes adapting the challenges or keeping part of the feeding in the bowl might be ideal. Another tip is to vary the types of stimuli. Occasionally change the hiding spots, swap toys, or create new ways to challenge the cat. This keeps everything interesting for them. And above all, observe. Your cat's behavior will tell you a lot about what's working or not. When they start exploring more, playing alone, being calmer throughout the day, these are signs that you're on the right track. The no bowl feeding technique is simple, but has a huge impact on your feline's quality of life. See how a simple change can make a big difference in your cat's life? No bowl feeding is not just a fad or a pretty technique on paper. It's a way to bring back the instinct, curiosity, and joy that many cats lose with the monotonous routine of a full bowl. Test it gradually, observe how they react, adapt it to what works in your home, and you'll be surprised by the results. If this content made sense to you, leave a like, share it with other pet owners who also love their cats, and comment here. Have you tried feeding your cat without the bowl? How was the experience? And if you want your cat to drink twice as much water, check out the video right here. We totally recommend it. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video. Remember, a stimulated cat is a happier, healthier cat, and with much less mischief around the house.